I'm sorry about the light. I'm sorry if I go like this and then it gets bright. A part of my window gets sun and the other doesn't, so I'm part angel and part, I don't know, dark shadows or something. Anyway, hi, hello. Today I wanted to talk about my wall. As you can see behind me, I now have a galaxy wall. And I painted it myself. Actually, not just myself. I have two friends, amazing friends that helped me out. They actually came up with the idea for this, so props to them. I wanted to talk about my wall because I love it so much. I had a really bright orange room, like not room, this wall actually was bright orange, and I absolutely hated that. I didn't hate it at first, but then I spent, I think, like 5 years-ish with it, and I was like, oh my god, I just can't handle this orange room anymore. So it became like I was annoyed at my room, and it was too cluttered, and I had a big wardrobe because it's not really common to have closets in regular places, in regular houses in Brazil. At least not here. So we don't have closets, so I had a big wardrobe and I had a lot of things in my room, and they were just, they were distracting. I had a big old TV that my father gave it to me, so I was becoming anxious about my room, and I decided to change it a little bit. My initial thought was, do you see the blue wall? My initial thought was to put my bed there. So I painted that blue, and this was supposed to be white. But this is a really old house. This is like, I don't know how many years, but this is like 80 years house. An 80-year-old house, I'm sorry. So back in the day, people weren't really taking off paint and then painting again. They were painting on top of paint. And this wall particularly, this wall was a mess. And it started peeling off layers upon layers of wallpaper glue that, like, it was black. Like, this part was not black, brown, I'll show you a picture, but it was brown because it was wallpaper glue, and it had just every single like quality and color of paint that you could imagine. And I started peeling off. And I started peeling off just random parts because not everything was coming off. So I started just peeling everything that I could, and it was addictive. It was really addictive. And then my friends came to help me paint my entire room. And they were like, dude, you're not gonna be able to peel everything off of this in like a day, and we have to paint. We bought stuff to paint. We're here. And I almost cried. And then my friends said, why don't we do something inside this thing? Like, because it's not, I'll show you you see the whole wall, but it's, as you see here, it's not completely a galaxy. I'm sorry if I'm looking there, it's because I'm watching where I'm touching. But it's not completely, like, you see parts that they're actually white, and that's because I couldn't peel everything. And she was like, why don't we do something inside that? Maybe exposed bricks, maybe a galaxy. And I was like, wait, a galaxy, yes! And I don't know why, but I became really obsessed with galaxies and space, and just I was always in love with space. But then I became obsessed with galaxies and black holes, and I don't know, everything. I'm a science fiction nerd. I love everything about it. And my cat is jumping here. Oh, do you want to meet my new cat? This is, come here, baby. This is Constantine. And it's because of the Demon Slayer. Yes, Constantine. He's big. He's just terrible. He's probably gonna flip the camera. But yeah, don't break the camera. Shh, shh, shh. Don't break. No, shh, shh. No, don't jump. Oh, he wants to jump now. Love me. Anyway, I was like, yes, let's do it. Let's do galaxies. I want galaxies. It feels perfect to have galaxies. Let's do galaxies. But Lisa was like, well, let's check a galaxy painting on YouTube just to see how they do paintings, galaxy paintings. I was like, okay, let's do it. And we watched one, and it's pretty similar to the one that I used to do my canvas painting. So if you want to check it out, it's here on the channel. I'll do like a a little slidey thing here and you can click it. She was like, okay, we can do this, we can do this. So we bought paint, this exact paint. We used this exact paint. I'm sorry if I did like this really abruptly. It was my cat. We bought this one. This one is actually made for wood and metal, but we used it on the wall. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Buy one for the wall, actually. Sorry, that's my cat being crazy. Buy one for the wall, not one for wood. But we didn't have any more white paint because we painted this entire freaking thing already. So we didn't have enough paint to actually make the separate colors that we used. So we used this one because I had it, because I actually painted kind of one of these things. I painted something white like that and it was wood, so we used this. But we also used this to create those colors. Anyway, we used that, and what we did was we got, I don't know if you have it in your country, wherever you are from, but here we have baby food. Comes in glasses, jars. They're tiny jars, they're not really big, but they're tiny jars, like glass jars. So we got a lot of those jars. I'm gonna kill my cat. We got a lot of those jars and those baby food jars that, I don't know, someone had given to my mother. I don't remember who, but they gave us. And so we put a little bit of white and then we put coloring in it. And I thought, like, I didn't actually really think about coloring, like, you know, food coloring. Yeah, there's like paint coloring or something like that. I never really thought that would even exist because I just picture like people buying paint, just buy paint. But no, apparently there's coloring too. We used blue, we used purple, this is called violet actually, black, red and green, and we mixed them to create a shit ton of colors, not gonna lie. It was a shit ton of colors. We also used white, like just regular white, to do some nebula style things. We used that, and then we also got everyone, like we bought a sponge. We didn't actually bought it, I stole it from my mother. We cut it in half and then we cut it into 4 pieces and we used them. I'm sorry if you can hear a noise, people working outside, I don't know. This is dirty because I was painting something today. So what we did was basically get a brush like this, and I have to actually give this one back to Larissa, who I borrowed from her and I never gave it back. I'm sorry, I have to give her. Anyway, each one got one of these, and each one of us got this and then got a sponge, and we would paint a little bit and with a color, and then we would paint it, and then paint another color, and then blend with this. We would actually blend with a tiny one, and then we would do like tap, 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 tap to blend, and it turned out like this. Few parts, like there are a few parts, like maybe 1 or 2, that I don't really like, that they were the beginning of me doing them, and I wasn't really good. But the rest I absolutely love. Larissa was amazing. There's a part here, you can really see it outside the frame, but that part is amazing, and it was the beginning, like it was Larissa starting, and just, she's amazing, seriously. I'm like, holy crap, you're amazing. Anyway, so we did that and we painted, and then at the end she was like, okay, let's do stars. Do you want to do stars? And I was like, yes, I want to do stars. So we got white paint and we put it on this toothbrush, this old used toothbrush, and we put it here, and then we just splattered them across the thing. And I actually didn't want a lot of them because I was really into the colors that we were putting over here, so I didn't want them to be overshadowed by so many stars. So we did that. We put a few, like we put a lot. I know the girls wanted to put more, but I was kind of like, no, please don't. I know, baby. No, please don't. And they were really nice, and they understood, and they didn't put a lot, but we did put quite a few still. We did dark edges to show kind of like the universe ending, but not really, like black holes, and the center is more colorful. We mixed a shit ton of colors. I mean, I can't really give you the shades or anything because we really mixed. And then we mixed like one color, then we mixed, like we made 2 colors, and then we mixed those 2, and then probably 3, 4. So yeah, that's how we did this. And at the end, we made some mistakes. So we just fixed them with white, and they look like nebulas. And I'll show you guys like close-ups and you see what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically that was it. We didn't really know how to start, so we just went with it. We started at the edges, and then we would combine colors. Like I would say, Tish, I'm going down with blue, and she was like, okay, I'm going up with pink, and then we'll meet in the middle with purple. And I was like, yeah, okay. And we would do that, and we spent a total of probably, I would say, maybe 6 hours just doing this. Like the rest we did in about maybe 4 hours, 5 hours to paint everything, to give it like 3 coats. This one got, I think, 4 coats because the paint was really, it wasn't really bright, and I wanted it to be bright. And then the other side we did just, I think it was basically 2 coats because it's just white, and it was white already, so we just did that. This wall here we also did 2 just because it was white already, and then this one we had to cover the orange, so I think we did 3, but I'm not sure. And then we did this beautiful thing. I can't stop looking at it, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's it. This is my wall. I'm gonna show you like a close-up, like a full wall and then a close-up, so you can really see the colors and how we mixed them. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna be this amazing, but it was, and I actually had to thank those 2 girls for doing this for me, because I don't think that doing it myself or doing it with my sister, it would have been this amazing, seriously. And just thank fate, I guess, because it wasn't supposed to be this ordinary. Like, it wasn't supposed to be a crack on the wall. It was just supposed to be a white wall, and then it decided to become this. So yeah, I don't know who to thank. Maybe the universe. Huh. But yeah, I'm just gonna stop here because it's turning into like crappy jokes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, share this with your friends if you want. And I'll see you next week. Bye. I'm sorry about the mess. Don't mind the mess. Don't mind the mess. Don't mind the mess. Also don't mind that this is uneven to that. I have to get rid of that one. This is the wall, and like ceiling, wall, bed. This is how it looks up close, and you can see there are some flaws over here. Like, we weren't perfect, and I tried hiding as much as I could, but yeah, not really that good of a job. This is my favorite corner. This is Larissa's corner, and I just love how she did it. And also, remember I told you we fucked up sometimes? We just did like this when we fucked up. This is also a part that I really love. You can't really see it on camera, but it's really amazing. This is also not that bright. I don't know why, but the camera is turning this way brighter than it is. Also, the white parts that you see, they kind of pop up because they have more paint, obviously. So this is kind of like deeper, and the rest pops up. And I just really enjoy it, and I sleep here every night, and it's cute and adorable. Anyway, that's it. Bye-bye!